going on, guys? Thanks for coming back. Today's talk is going to be about power adders. What's the best power adder for the car? I know some of you guys have experience with them. Some of you guys have a lot of knowledge on this stuff. I'd appreciate anybody that wants to leave a comment in the comment section. It'd be a big help for me. I don't know much about power adders, superchargers and turbos, nitrous. I don't know much about any of them. Most of the time I've had turbos on my vehicles. They were factory, so it wasn't like I put them on aftermarket. So I've been looking at VMP, Whipple, Vortec, Paxton, and Pro Chargers. There's a couple other ones I was looking at. Kenny Bell I really like, but they're a pain in the ass to get a hold of. The company sucks. Their customer relations suck. Everything about Kenny Bell, the product is great, but getting a hold of them is one of the most horrible things you can do. It's like the hardest thing to ever do. So now I'm leaning towards the VMP because I started reading about those and looking at them. I like the VMP, the way they look. The VMP 3 is really nice. I like that one. And the 2 is nice too. Either one of those would be great, I think. The only thing about the 2 is that you're kind of limiting yourself to around 800 horsepower, it says. The Kenny Bells, they're rated up to 1400 horsepower on all their smaller ones, even the 3.2, the 3.6, the 2.8. You can make up to 1400, it says, which is nice, but man, getting a hold of them on the phone. I've emailed them and called them, and they won't answer, they won't email back. I don't even know if they're open anymore, but I have a place that I got prices off of them for, so I can show you guys at the end of the video. I'll show you prices on everything that I've been looking at. The VMP, I think, for me, is probably the way I'm gonna go because it's easiest to install, but I was looking at Pro Chargers and Paxtons and Vortex because I know that they make a lot of power at the big end, and they let me get hooked up off the start, which might help out. And the prices on them are great, you know, $5,500, $6,000. That's a lot easier to swallow than, you know, $7,800 and, you know, $6,900. The Whipples, I have no problem with the Whipple either. I like the Whipples. They seem to make a lot of power. Around 800, it's saying online. I really don't know what you can max them out to, but it says around 800, so that'd be plenty enough for me for now. But as I grow, I want my motor to grow, and I'm thinking about building my motor in a year or two. I would like to do a Gen 2 block with forged internals. It'd be nice to be up around, you know, 800 rear wheel to 1,000 rear wheel someday. I'm not saying it's going to happen next year, but I'd like to have by next summer. Now, if I do a blower or turbos, it'd be happening next summer because it's not going to happen into this year. Here's the thing about nitrous. I was leaning towards nitrous the last few weeks. I was going to order a kit yesterday, and instead I ordered some other parts, and you guys will see those coming soon. They'll be on the next thing. The nitrous kit I was going to order was $800, and that's great. It has all the parts in it to wire it up and get it to work right. After watching videos online and hearing what tuners want, the tuner that I go through mostly, there's a lot more to it when you start adding up the parts. You're over $2,000 in parts to make it to where it's going to work to what they want, what they suggest to be safe. The window switch, the bottle heater, the pressure gauge, the other little things that they mention. When you add it all up, it's right around $2,000, if not more. Plus, I'm not sure I'm capable of installing it all. I mean, I probably could if I took my time, but I don't know if I really want to take my time by putting nitrous on the car to install it when I could go with a blower and have room to grow later on. I know you can grow with nitrous, I'm not saying you can't, but I think I could grow further with the blower. And I think the blower, the initial cost is a lot. Yeah, it's up front, it's a lot, but the bottles that you're paying for to go out and race, I mean, I'm going to be going through probably a bottle or 2, maybe 3 bottles, 4 bottles on a big event at the track. You might, let's say even if you go through 2 or 3 bottles, you're looking at, you know, $150 to $200 just to refill them. And plus you got to buy the bottles. And the bottles aren't cheap. None of the stuff for nitrous is really cheap. I mean, the only thing that's cheap is the kit when you first buy it. The refilling the nitrous is not cheap. It's $60 to $80 per place you fill it. I don't know how much. I never filled a bottle, but that's what I'm taking because from what I heard. And bottles don't last that long. You get, you know, my buddy says he gets 3 or 4 good hits and then he gets like 7 or 8 out of the bottle. You know, I don't know if that's true. I'm waiting to see what he does this next few months at the track. If his car does really well at the track and the nitrous looks fun and it's working out good for him, I'll probably end up putting nitrous on my car at the end of the year. But right now I'm not going to rush into it just to have the power adder and end up messing my car up before I can even get down to the season. I'd like to get the season out of the way before I mess my car up. I really don't want to mess my car up at all, but if it's going to mess up, I'd rather be at the end of the season. Like last year, my 18 messed up at the end of the season, which was nice. I got a full race season out of it, pretty much a full race season. And then it messed up, and then Ford bought it back. But I was wanting twin turbos really bad, and I was gonna have a shop here doing them in town they wanted $12,000. And to me, that's not a bad price for them to install them and everything and tune the car. It's fair. I would pay it, but honestly, now that when I'm into my car to get it the way I want it right now, it's over my budget for what I had budgeted for the car to be totally done. And I know the turbos would be awesome. I'd grow into them, but it's the point that I don't want to spend over 40 grand on this car. I mean, I think over 20 grand on a S197 Mustang is a lot. I mean, it's not a Shelby, it's not the GT500. It's not really worth the money I'm dumping into it. And I don't like spending money there's no return on it in the end. But when you build a race car, I already understand there's no returns at the end. So I was gonna do twin turbos, and I still might do twin turbos if I get, if I run into a bunch of money, if I get one of these jobs I landed, pays me really well, maybe I'll put them on. But as it's looking right now, where I'm working and the way work is, I'm not gonna be coming into a lump sum of money anytime soon. I'm maintaining, so I'm probably gonna go the supercharger route, and it's something I think I can install myself. It looks pretty easy when you watch it online. Not easy, but I mean, I could probably do it in 2 to 3 days, long days. I could probably have it all done and have it where I can get London to tune it for me, and it will be fine. And that will keep me under my price point of the 40 grand. I'll be at 37, 38,000 when it's all said and done. I know there's other miscellaneous parts I still got to buy, and I'm going to buy those along the way now. I'm going to buy drive shafts for the back. I mean, not drive shafts. I'm going to buy a drive shaft and rear axles, and probably better brakes. I'll get better brakes on it, but that's pretty much what the car's going to need. I'm thinking hopefully the stock trans holds up. Hopefully everything else holds up. I'll build the rear end up a little bit. I'll get a new posi unit put in their back, or whatever they're called, a traction lock or whatever. That's all going to happen over the next few months to get ready for the supercharger if I go the supercharger route. And I've had good luck selling all my parts off my car. I just sold my seats yesterday for a good amount of money, and everything I sold off my car I make good money on. So it's not like these parts don't sell. The used parts sell pretty quick, and I make good money on them. So I'll recoup some of my money back for the blower. I'll probably make another $1,500 in the parts I take off of my car. So that said, whatever your guys' opinions are, let me know what you guys think. I mean, like I said, I'm gonna put pictures up at the end of the stuff I've been looking at. I've been looking into Pro Chargers a lot because I like the power out that they will give you. They'll give you a lot of grow room. Vortex, not as much, and the Paxton's not as much, but they're all nice blowers too, and the price point's really spot on. Also, I'm not offended by the On3 kits so much. They've grown a lot as a company, On3, and their prices are great. I mean, I'll put some prices up on the On3 kits too. I mean, they're half the price of a Hellion kit. But if I was gonna go twin turbo or turbo, I was thinking I'd just spend the money and do a Hellion kit. But the install on those, man, look like they're a pain. It's a lot of tubing and stuff you gotta run, and pulling I already know I'll probably have to pull the headers off anyway, my stock headers, but that'll come down the road later on. With the blower, I don't think I'd have to pull them right yet. I'd just leave it the way it is, and then later on do headers down the road. But headers are very expensive, and it's not something I want to mess with right now. So all you guys out there that have your own channel, like Ken Speed Addict 731, I'd like to get some input from you. If you watch this video, leave a little comment at the bottom. I know you like TVS blowers, you're probably a VMP guy, but let me know what you think about everything and the situation I'm in, because I'm not a great installer. I'm not you. I don't have mechanical skills like you do. I have some knowledge, but not much. I'm willing to do it and try it, but it's a lot of walking through it and watching YouTubes to do it. Also, Boosted931, I love your channel. I love all your stuff. Your buddy with it, Kenny Bell, if you could leave me some input on his. Did he build that himself, or was that something that he had installed by somebody? And was it bought through Kenny Bell, or was it bought off somebody off like eBay or something like that, and he put it on? I really like that build that he has on his car. Your build's really badass too. I'm just not sure if I'd go with the transmission you did, because I don't want to change out my trans yet. Maybe down the road I will, but not right now. But any of you guys' input. Also, Blue Collar Daily, it's Sean or Shane. Your stuff's awesome. I love your car, man, and I love your Camaro. Give me some input. I know you like Pro Chargers a lot, and you always lean me towards Pro Chargers, but do you think the VMP would be better than the Pro Charger if you're going to spend the extra money on it? Is it something that I should do, or should I just go with the Pro Charger like you said? Because if it does have issues, you can just pull it off and sell it the way it is. All your guys' info, like your channel too, man, and you're a nitrous guy, it sounds like. So let me know what you think about nitrous and how you ran it before, if you ran it, and what's safe about it, and how you did it to make it so it was safe for you, and who tuned your car when you had it done. All you guys, I like all your guys' content, and anybody else who watches this, leave some input if you guys would, because I'm really in the dark here, and I'm not an expert in any means on anything that I'm talking about. So I'm just looking online, and I'm trying to find what's the best for me. So let me know what you guys think, and come back for more, man. I'll have more stuff coming for you guys here soon. I got parts coming in, and they're all ordered up, so we'll have install and stuff, and more stuff ordered. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.